Optical illusions. What is an optical illusion? Something that deceives the eye by appearing to be other than it is. Optical illusions can use line, color, and shapes to create images that can be deceptive or misleading to our brains. The information gathered by the eye is processed by the brain, creating a perception that in reality does not match the true image. Perception refers to the interpretation of what we take in through our eyes. Optical illusions occur because our brain is trying to interpret what we see and make sense of the world around us. Optical illusions simply trick our brains into seeing things which may or may not be real. So for this lesson, we will be creating an optical illusion. When you see your paper, you should have hash marks on all four sides of your paper and a circle in the middle. For this assignment, you will need a pencil, an eraser, and a ruler. First things first, let's put our name on the back of the paper. Okay, so pay attention to the hash marks that are on all four sides of your paper. And then we have a circle that's in the middle. We're going to take our ruler and line our top hash mark with our bottom hash mark and create a straight line. Please make sure that when you are lining your ruler up that you are not off. So that this is an example of being off. Okay, you want your top of the ruler to be with the hash mark and the bottom of your ruler to be with the hash mark, and then go ahead and draw your straight line. After you do that, you move on to the next two hash marks and pay attention to the way that you are holding your ruler. So if you hold it all the way at the top, you may risk the chance of your ruler sliding, and then you're going to have to erase your line because it won't be straight anymore. Instead, hold your hand out as far as you possibly can, your thumb away from the rest of your fingers, and hold your ruler down that way. It'll allow you to draw a straight line without the ruler moving. Now, eventually you are going to get to the point where your ruler is touching your circle. You will not draw a line where your circle is at. You will draw above your circle and you will draw below your circle, but do not take your straight line through the circle. The circle should stay completely empty. So you will move through each hash mark, and by the time that you get done, I want to see a thumbs up so I can know that you're ready for the next step. Now that you are done, you're going to turn your paper and we are going to do the exact same thing that we did for the first side. So line your ruler with the top and bottom hash mark and you're just going to draw your straight lines going down. Remember that when you come in contact with your circle, do not draw your line through your circle. Instead, just do above the circle and below the circle, but do not go through the circle. Now that you have finished your straight lines, you will now choose two colors to create your optical illusion. These two colors need to have contrast. Contrast is the state of two or more things being strikingly different from each other. That means things like rough versus smooth, or large versus small, or light versus dark. In this sense, we're talking colors, so we're going to mainly be focusing on light colors and dark colors, warm colors, or cool colors. So whatever two colors you choose, make sure that they are strikingly different from each other. Now it's time for me to choose my two colors. So as I stated, your two colors need to have contrast. If I were to choose orange and yellow, those two colors would not contrast well because they are both bright and they're both warm colors. If I take that orange away and I'd add in a blue, now I have two contrasting colors because one is warm and one is cool. If I take that yellow away and do blue and green, they wouldn't contrast too well because both of them are cool colors. But if I use green and red, now I have two contrasting colors, one warm and one cool. Also, if you want to, any color contrasts with black very well because black is such a dark color, and you can even choose to do black and white. For this assignment, I'm going to choose yellow and purple. One bright and one very dark. So I suggest you start with your brighter or lighter color first, and we are going to create a checkered theme design with our two colors, which means I'm going to go yellow, then purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple. And I'm going to do that the whole way through. So starting off, I'm using my yellow and I'm going to color in my first square. Now I'm going to skip and then color in the next square. Skip, color in the next square. Skip, color in the next square. I think you guys see where this is going. So just make sure that while you're doing your first color, you are skipping your colors. Now, the second row is where you need to pay attention. Since we're making a checkered theme, we are going to start our yellow on the second square, okay? That way, our yellows are not going in a straight line. So make sure in order to get that checkered-like theme, that you do not start your second row the same way you started your first row. I'm going to drop back down. I need to start with yellow again, because my second row I did not start with yellow. So this row I did start with yellow, and then I'm going to keep alternating my colors. Okay, for my third row I started with yellow, so my next row I'm not going to start with yellow. I'm going to leave it white. If you have any questions throughout the assignment and you get a little confused, feel free to raise your hand and I'll come over and help you. Now when we're getting to the circle, now you need to pay very close attention. So I finished my yellow. Now I'm going to look. There's white at the top, so I'm going to make that one yellow. Okay, there's white at the top, so I'm going to make that one yellow. And then I'm going to keep doing this the whole way down. After you have your first color done, it's now time to do your second color. And this one should be a lot easier because all you're doing is filling in the squares that you didn't fill in from before. So I'm going to speed this part up, and let me see a thumbs up when you're done. Now that you have both of your colors done, now it's time to really bring out this optical illusion. And we are going to do that by using curved lines. Now on your sheet of paper, there will be dots letting you know which dots you need to connect. But we are simply going to create curves. The left side of your circle will have curves going to the left, and the right side of your circle will have curves going to the right. And so what you will do is you will connect those dots together with curved lines. Once you have finished all 6 curves, I want you to turn your paper like we did before, and now you are going to connect your 6 dots the other way. So again, the curves on the left side are going to be going towards the left way, and the curves on the right side are going to be curved going the right way. And this will also be 6 lines as well. So all you are doing is connecting your dots with curved lines. Now that you have created your curved lines, we are going to do the same exact thing that we did with our straight lines. You're going to alternate your colors. So I'm going to go yellow, skip, yellow, skip, yellow, skip. And I will complete that entire circle with yellow. Then I'm going to go back in with my purple and fill in the white spots left. Make sure that when you are coloring, I am seeing level 3 colorers, okay? No chicken scratch coloring. I want very filled in, dark, deep coloring. So I'm skipping down to my next row, but remember, I'm not going to start with yellow this time. I'm going to skip and then start with yellow. Skip, then with yellow. Okay, starting the third row. Last time I didn't start with yellow, so this time I am starting with yellow. I think you guys get the gist of this, so I'm going to speed this up. Okay, now I've finished my yellow, so I'm going to pick up my purple, and I'm just going to fill in those white spaces. So this one is a lot easier because you already know where you need to color your squares in. So again, I'm going to fast forward. Let me see a thumbs up when you are ready. Okay, so now we are pretty much done. Go ahead and take a marker of your choosing and sign your name at the bottom like a real artist does. Now, although we're done, I did find that if we use a black colored pencil and we go around the edges of our circle, it'll make the optical illusion appear better because it's adding this depth, like this circle is popping out of the page. Now, I do not suggest going all the way around with the colored pencil, but maybe half of your circle or like the side of your circle will allow you to get better depth and a better optical illusion. Everybody say hey to my cat. She always wants to jump into the video frame. Her name is Chess. She's just curious. I feel like she's an artist at heart as well. But you can darken your circle as much as you want to. And when you are completed, turn it in. Goodbye.